Sorry, Mom. Cuckoo, it's Kennedy. I'm in the great outdoors on my patio, mostly because my room has been taken over by my family from France, which I'm not complaining about, but you know, we're gonna just rock with this little setup for today. So a lot of you guys have been requesting that I do a Q&A, and finally I decided to do one. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get to Q&Aing. So right off the bat, of course, there are a bunch of questions about React. So at Abdullah Bates and at Andrew_Tyndall on Instagram asked me basically what my favorite episode of React to film was. Thank you, Blaine. I think one of my all-time favorite episodes to film was the Reactception video that we did kind of recently, where I reacted to my very first episode of Teens React. It was so weird to see myself 5-6 years ago and realize how much growth I've made, but you know, it was cool. It was a lot of fun. At 7 is a good number on Twitter. Jade, hi Jade. Toilet paper over or under? The real important questions here. Under. Definitely under. Sorry, Mom. This sanctuary of mine on Instagram asked, what was your cringiest moment ever? I've had a lot of cringy moments in my life, but one that's pretty recent that I can think of is, so I'm currently, there's a guy that I like right now, who I've been talking to, and I was going to send him, like, we were just exchanging, like, you know, little, like, flirty texts back and forth. Innocent, nothing risque or anything. But anyways, I meant to send him like this cute little kind of flirty text, and I accidentally sent it to a friend of mine who I'm not super close to. So it was really weird, and he's a guy, so he thought it was actually meant for him, and I had to be like, no, like, this isn't for you, I'm so sorry, this is for someone else. And it was just pretty embarrassing and kind of cringy. Steph on Snapchat asked, what was it like growing up where you lived? So I've touched upon this a little bit in a video that I did last year called Growing Up Black. I spent part of my childhood in a small, predominantly white town right outside of New York City. And growing up in this town was really, it was kind of weird. It was a little bittersweet. I did face quite a bit of racism, which I didn't realize until much later. And then in addition to that, I at some point was bullied by teachers in middle school, so it was just a really weird time. At the same time, I also like where I grew up because it was so close to New York City. I'm such a New York City girl. I'm so homesick. I miss New York City so much. I was in New York City pretty much every day, lived there at some point. That, I think, was my favorite part about growing up where I grew up. Amir on Snapchat asked, what's the most fun you've had working? And I think the most fun that I've had working was, I did a film a few years ago called Only Light, where I played a girl who was kidnapped from the Congo and forced into sex slavery. So much fun, right? And we did one scene where it's like a dream sequence type of thing, and in order to film it, I had to be submerged underwater in a not so large fish tank for the duration of the filming day. And I was super sick, but other than that, it was so much fun to film, and seeing the shots after and how it looked, I just, it was, honestly, it was pretty fun. Martin Milevsky 12 on Instagram asked, have you ever slapped somebody? No, I've never slapped anybody, not that I can think of. No, I think Jarrett is who sent this in, but this person asked, what was your least favorite reaction video on the Fine Bros channel? I honestly don't have a least favorite because they're all just fun to film and do. But I think my least favorite to watch, at least now that I'm older, is, as I mentioned before, my very first episode of Teens React, just because I feel like it's so cringeworthy. Alessa on Instagram asked, what's your favorite movie? I have a lot. I love Pulp Fiction. I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan. I love A Clockwork Orange. There's a movie that's my guilty pleasure called To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, and it's starring Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo, and they're all drag queens, and my mom and I love the film. And what else? I love Girl Interrupted. That's such a great film. Those are some of the top contenders. Snipes on Instagram asked, favorite soccer team. I'm biased because, as I mentioned 10 million times in this video, my family is French. So I am Paris Saint-Germain. all the way. Hex Sloan asked me, who is your role model? Role models are definitely both of my parents. I look up to my parents so much, and also my grandparents. My grandfather was an amazing man, and he did wonders for his family, and he's the reason I'm doing everything I'm doing today. So I admire him. My grandmother as well. Muhena Inpada asked, do you have a favorite book? My two favorite books are Girl Interrupted and The Essential Roomie. Ooh, this is such a good question. Okay, Nathan Villavong again asked, who are your 3 male crushes, and then do F, marry, kill? My 3 male crushes would be Michael B. Jordan, who I met, Dev Patel, who I also met, and Jeff Goldblum, who I walked past in the street. Okay, let's keep it PG-13. Kiss Dev Patel, marry Michael B. Jordan, and I'm sorry, Jeff, but you're older anyway, so kill Jeff Goldblum. Amir asked, worst and best pictures of you growing up. I think this is the best. This is my favorite picture of myself of all time. I'm obsessed with it. I show everyone this picture of myself. Worst picture? I'll have to think about it. I'll insert it when I figure out what it is. Camera's about to die, but thank you guys for sending me questions. It's been a blast. New videos come out every Monday, so subscribe if you want to see them. See you next week. Bye.